majority of the P5 members themselves agree that expansion in both the permanent and the non-permanent categories of the United Nations Security Council is the only way to redeem the Council for the 21st century. This is something that my delegation would like to understand. Fourth, we need to be abreast of a sense of realism that the current permanent members were the product of the geopolitical context of the 20th century. Times have changed and the world today is a multipolar one. There needs to be a new logic to the permanent category composition if it were to continue, and that cannot work without changes. That is, an expansion in the permanent category so as to strike, and I quote from the UFC model, the right balance between the representativeness and the efficiency of the Council. Fifth, we have not heard anything on text-based negotiations within a fixed time frame in the UFC model yet again today. No real surprise. We have the models out for all member states to see. To say, let us agree before we start negotiations is like giving every member country a veto. And while vetoes may be used in the United Nations Security Council, we don't operate on the basis of vetoes in the United Nations General Assembly. Thus, when asking for an impossible consensus preceding text-based negotiations, isn't the UFC just vetoing the whole process and suggesting a my way or the highway approach? The UFC model asks for flexibility from member states. We have said this before, and we say so again, that we are ready and willing to negotiate and be flexible in a setting where every member state is ready to give and take. My question is, why is the UFC not ready to give and take on its proposal? Sixth, as many small states have repeatedly pointed out, that these intermediate models, such as those put forth by the UFC, merely enhance the chances of more resourceful middle states to contest in both the so-called semi-permanent and the non-permanent category, thereby further reducing the chances of small states to serve on the Council. In short, expansion of non-permanent membership is a solution which adds to the size without addressing the malaise that afflicts the Council, by way of a non-representative character, a relic of the post-1945 world order.